Aries ascendant. In case of Aries as an ascendant, Sun transit will happen in the 7th house. A 7th house Sun transit is very unique because it's 5th lord getting debilitated in the 7th house. You need to be careful with your ventures related to love and romance, and you need to be very careful about how are you dealing matters in your relationship, in your marriage. Ego related battles, matters that can hurt your self-respect and can be a matter of self-esteem can come into picture during this time. A debilitated Sun is accompanied by a debilitated 7th Lord Venus, because Venus is in Virgo right now, and Venus being in the Falguni Nakshatra can actually create problems, especially when your own Sun in your own horoscope is afflicted or your Venus is afflicted. This can cause certain anxiety, separation, or any kind of discomfort in marriage or even business. The best thing that you can do right now is to remain humble, remain polite, and not introduce any fight or any unnecessary variable in the business as well as in the marriage. Education wise, you need to learn from the situation. It's a learning on the go kind of thing. Understand that for Aries ascendant and especially Aries moon sign, a Saturn retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada in the 12th house wants you to let go a lot of things. This is the right time to let go any toxicity from your life and from the mind and the body. Don't start any new venture, especially people who are preparing for government examinations or who are filing government tenders, or if you have to deal with any higher authority, be very, very mindful and careful with how you approach the situation. Any sign of aggression, any attempt to overpower or overthrow the powerful person will result into a severe collapse. A debilitated Sun is not always bad, but this time, because it is in the 7th house and because from the Surya, Shani is 6th from itself, for which I will make another video, you need to really understand its potential. And as long as you are humble, down to earth, and you are not creating new things in the business, you are good to go. And if you are going to establish a new partnership or if you are going to finalize marriage during this time, you need to find a right muhurta to do so. And if you find the right muhurta, it will eliminate any chance of negative energy playing its part in your life. People who have diabetes or who have anxiety issues, or if you have skin related problems, you need to be a little extra careful. Leo. Now in case of Leo, the second fire zodiac sign, you are a Surya zodiac sign. Sun rules your zodiac, your Rashi. And when the Sun goes in the 3rd house and it gets debilitated, this can create certain challenges or some ego battle or some sort of problems with your siblings. People who you rely upon, on whom you are dependent, may not give you an immediate sign of availability. Maybe you need them now, but they are not available. It may not be their fault also. So this is the time to go independent. A debilitated Sun can also create unnecessary hurdles. Some higher power can override your decisions and your free will. Maybe you will feel as if life is going in a certain way and you don't know how to manage the path in the first place. What is recommended here is that you keep working hard and be very practical and grounded. If you are a healer, if you are into yoga and wellness, this can be a very good time for you. A debilitated Sun can also give a lot of name and fame, provided you are grounded. There will be energies which will always remind you that you are not the king, even if you are a king. So, the only problem will come if you try to reflect egoistic behavior. For people who are below 30 years of age, this may create a undercurrent of underconfidence. Maybe you have to go for public speaking and you are scared about something. Maybe you are feeling that you are underprepared. Your health may also be of some concern. Because 3rd Lord is also debilitated in the 2nd house, there can be some financial challenges related to your siblings, because of which you might feel a little overwhelmed, especially if you are a Leo moon sign. In this case, because Surya and Shani is forming a Shadashtak Yoga, for which I will make another video, you need to be careful and you need to chant Aditya Hriday Stotra. And any attempt of display of power should be avoided immediately. The more you are humble and the more you focus on the affirmations such as Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, the better your life will be. Avoid any property related or inheritance related conflict with your siblings and distant cousins. Otherwise, if you are grounded, more or less you will be easily able to manage the transit, provided your Surya in your Kundali is very, very strong. If your Surya is also afflicted, say for example your Surya is with Ketu, Rahu or Shani, that means you need to perform Pitra Dosha Shanti or Surya Shani Shanti. If you want us to do the Shanti, you can contact me on the given email ID. But at your end, you should pray to Bhagwan Surya Dev by chanting Om Suryaya Namaha every morning. Understand, this should be done only in the morning. Sagittarius. The third fire zodiac sign is going to experience a debilitated 9th Lord transit in the 11th house, which means that you need to be practical. This can give you money if you are grounded and humble. So if you are running a business, you may have to change the strategy. Pushing for sales may not work, but trying to help will ensure that you get right people, right connect. A 9th Lord in 11th house means the health of your father can be of some challenge. This may mean the luck is not favoring you and therefore you need to stay grounded, you need to stay humble. Long distance travel should be avoided unless it's connected to some pilgrimage or maybe for some predefined work that you have already planned months ago. When 9th Lord is debilitated, this can put you into a serious dilemma, which way to go. Here you will be helped by exalted Jupiter. Jupiter being the first Lord in the 8th house. Exalted Jupiter is going to play a vital role because this Jupiter will be 10th from the Surya. When Jupiter becomes 10th from the Surya and Sun joins Mars and Mercury in the sign of Libra, naturally this will want the Deva Tattva within you to rise. So activities such as Yagya, Dan, Havan, Pujan, Pranayam, Dhyan or any spiritual practice done by you at any capacity will help the Sun to elevate itself. And this is the time when you should not trust your luck, but you should do something extraordinary. This is the time where extraordinary things will become successful. The only thing is that you may not feel very happy with the income or the property. Maybe the expenses are too high, but take it as an investment. New source of income should be avoided during this time. And if you want to start something in the time of debilitated Sun, then the day of Diwali will be a very, very potent day to launch new products and new things. For Sagittarius Ascendant and Sagittarius Moon sign, the recommendation will be that go with the flow. Don't try to introduce too many variables right now. If you want to do foreign trip or foreign travel, be careful. There can be visa related challenges, especially if you are on certain employment visa in a certain country. With 9th Lord, the focus and the faith may also get shake. It can shake a bit. You may not know which direction to go. In that case, you should go and take an advice and seek help if you are battling from some fear or anxiety. It's not a negative transit. It's just that the Bhagya wants to give you, but there is some level of compromise needed to achieve that level of success. One way will be to pray to Mata Mahalakshmi on the day of Labh Panchami. Cancer Ascendant. For the first water zodiac sign, the Sun transit will happen in the 4th house. A second Lord debilitated in the 4th house is kind of unique. This only means that there can be some fight related to land, property, asset over a car within your family members, and you need to be very, very careful. A future requirement of an asset can trouble you financially, can make you a little insecure, and can make you rethink about your career. What you have to do this time with a debilitated Venus and a debilitated Sun is that you pray to Mata Mahalakshmi that may all your wishes come true, may all your dreams come true, may all your wishes get fulfilled. Chanting the mantra Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namah will be very helpful. Fourth house is also called Sukh Bhav. This can make you a little insecure. This can make you a little insecure about your health also. You can be a little worried about the health of your mother, especially if you are between the age of 35 to 45. My recommendation here will be that constantly stay confident and don't let the confidence go down. Fourth house is also the place where Sun is the midnight sun, because fourth house is the midnight time zone. Now this means that Surya is losing the power, so during the night time avoid doing any major work, avoid doing any major investment, and avoid executing any idea immediately if it has appeared to you during midnight hours. Praying to Bhagwan Suryadev in the morning and Kal Bhairav in the evening will be a very good way to protect yourself. This is the time to be a little defensive, but not over defensive, because a lot of people might see their root chakras and the sacral and the Manipur, that means the lower three chakras, getting affected because of this debilitated Surya. But sometimes a little bit of lack of confidence prevents you from doing anything wrong. Sometimes fear is good, so you need to judge your fear case by case basis. And if you are a little skeptical and if you are a little doubtful, I will say wait for some time. Saturn is also retrograding in your 9th house in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. So definitely this is not the time to test your luck or fight authorities. This is the time to be humble, grounded, and change your ways and be like water itself. Water does not fight mountains. It finds a way around it. You need to find some workarounds that will suit the occasion and not enrage anyone's ego. I'm not saying that give up your self-respect. All I am saying is avoid unnecessary fights. Fourth house is also something that is very close to your heart, and a debilitated Sun means you can get a little bit of hurt, emotional hurt from people who you truly admire, love, and respect. Just let it go. Don't take things very personal, and have a good big heart and try to donate as much as you can. Donating jaggery and wheat can be a very good traditional remedy here. Scorpio. Scorpio is a second and very secretive water zodiac sign. For Scorpio, Surya is your everything because it rules your 10th house. And that sun goes in the 12th house. A 12th house sun loses all its power, and it's like a king in exile. Your actions may result into losses. Your decisions may actually backfire. So what happens? Sometimes you try to prove somebody. Sometimes you try to show your power and authority because you really want it. Now your ascendant Lord Mars is placed in the 12th house along with Sun, which is the 10th Lord. It is very good for overseas movement, for leaving your native place, going to a different country, completely selling off a branch of business and moving to a different place, reducing your workload, focusing on the health, visiting hospital for checkup, or investing in some good medical practice. Well, for that this time is very good. Not a time to collect things, rather the time to give up the negative energy. Sun is releasing the tamas from your soul, and so you should chant the shloka Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityur Ma Mritam Gamaya Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Career changes are definitely going to happen, and you may fear the risk of your job during this time. This can create anxiety and can make you take certain steps that you should not have taken in the first place. Be bold, be confident, but also don't be so underconfident that you do something that you should not have done, or you should not say something that you should not have said in the first place. Be very careful and mindful in your every step, especially if it's related to health, eyesight. Pisces is going to be the last final water zodiac sign affected by retrograde Saturn. For you, Surya is your prarabdha karma. It is your 6th lord in the 8th house, and this is Vipareet Rajyog. This kind of placement of the sun can be very, very secretive, very challenging. This can be the time when people talk behind your back. And so if you are in corporate, you may see there can be some bad things that you will hear about yourself for a very short period of time. Ensure that you are not reacting to that situation, reacting or trying to prove that everybody talking about you is incorrect. Going with the flow, taking things one at a time, allowing the transition to happen, allowing the transformation to happen is the right way ahead. With Surya in the Ashtam Bhav, this can open up a whole new dimension of knowledge. Remember, 8th house is Mrityu, Ayu, and Surya is life, Atman. When Atma reaches the 8th house, you are bound to become a very different human being. So as the sun crosses the 8th house and reaches the 9th house of Scorpio, you become a very different person. Just understand that there will be hurdles, there will be challenges, and the health of father or father-in-law can be affected, or any favor that you take from other people can put you in a kind of a risky situation, especially if you bring investments. If you are looking for investors, you may feel a little bit disappointed or not getting what you really wanted. Either you can avoid the sun being in the 8th house completely or adjust to the situation and circumstances. This adjustment will be good in the long run and you will be pretty happy. Understand that Jupiter, your ascendant lord, is getting exalted in the 9th house, although briefly, but it is going to give you a lot of success, lot of favor. But relationship, marriage and managing the in-laws can be a very risky affair, very negative affair for some people, especially, obviously not all, but who has a pretty bad negative 7th house, 8th house, 8th lord, 7th lord, or the Navamsha Lagna lord. Now coming to the earth zodiac sign, Taurus ascendant. If you're a Taurus ascendant or moon sign, well, sun is debilitated in the 6th house. 6th house is house of prarabdha karma. 6th house is the house that is connected to duties and responsibilities. 4th lord coming in the 6th house can create some hurdles related to your house, home vastu. Things in the home can go bad, unfortunately, in an unexpected manner. Land deals can go wrong. Future planning of property can go wrong. There can be certain challenges that you may hear. Obviously, these are tips. Not that this is going to happen exactly to your life, but these are the possibilities that we are discussing here. So if any of this is basically the connecting to your life, you need to be careful. 6th house is also house of diseases. So 4th lord in 6th house means you need to be a little careful about your father's health or about the health of an ailing family member. And nothing to worry, but you need to just be more alert and aware. You will also see that you will feel unhappy by the amount of workload that you have, what the people behind the back has to say about you, especially juniors and your working staff. You may feel a little underconfident, or you may feel a little broken during this time because of repeated blows that life is giving you. In this case, I will say, pray to Bhagavan Narayan by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya or Narsimha Kavach. With Surya in the 6th house, you need to be a little careful if you're preparing for government services or related examinations, or if you are a government employee. Just stay away from anything that is not legal. Sun being in the 6th house can also bring your attention, your soul attention and your soul purpose towards service, humanity and welfare, bringing balance in your life. Because if you don't bring balance, a negative Surya with a negative Venus in the 5th house can force you, because of health, because of issues related to children, because of issues related to your own house. That means the environment will matter a lot. Try to keep your house well lit, bright. Bring a lot of flowers in your home. Light a ghee diya in your house and keep the environment very, very pleasant and happy for the next 1 month. Anyway, this is the week of Diwali. So wish you a very happy Diwali in advance, and may Mata Mahalakshmi and Mata Mahakali brings protection and grace and prosperity in our life. Just pray like this to the goddess Lakshmi, and on the day of Labha Panchami, you can do a Mahalakshmi Pujan. Now, this is not a weak sun, but a sun that is fighting all odds. You need to empower this Surya. So respect elders, respect your father, and just ensure that you are not fighting unnecessarily. Wherever you see that there is going to be an argument, if not needed, stay away. Virgo. Now, in case of Virgo as an ascendant and as a moon sign, Sun rules your 12th house. It goes in the 2nd house. Naturally, the house of expenses, house lord of expenses, 12th house lord goes in the 2nd house, house of money. 2nd lord goes in the 1st house, and 1st lord goes in the 2nd house, because there is a parivartan between Mercury and Venus. The recommendation here will be that you need to be careful with your expenses. Your expenses are going to shoot up like anything. Your expenses will be at its all-time high, and if you don't control it now, then you can be in trouble. The money in your bank account will put you into a lot of risk, and maybe you will feel weak, and compared to others, you might feel a little bit of insecurity. In this case, bringing a Shri Yantra in your home, chanting Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha on a Swatik Mala. If you want that Mala and Yantra, you can contact me on my number. That will be very good in bringing prosperity in your house. Clean your house every day, clean your office with your own hands every day, especially for this 1 month, and ensure that you get plenty of sunlight. Your house gets plenty of sunlight and you are beaming with positivity. Smile and work. That's how you counter the negative Surya. There can be certain financial losses in the family that you might hear, especially the family that is a distant family, distant cousin, or someone who is not directly related. Foreign travel can happen, or expense related to trips can happen during this time. It's okay if you have pre-planned it. 2nd house debilitated Surya only mean that don't compromise your values and don't compromise on your nature just because you feel insecure about something. As soon as the sun moves to Scorpio and as soon as Mars moves to Scorpio, you will get a lot of power in your hand. So until then, keep the head held high and move positively. Don't forget that Jupiter is going in the 11th house and it is going to become very positive. So don't think it is very bad time. It's just that emotionally you are feeling insecure, or maybe you are worried because of some future planning. But Jupiter will assist you and you will sail through this problem, and you will not actually face a financial issue. Even if you are facing one right now, you will get a way out. So say you don't have a job right now, my recommendation will be, whatever job comes to your way, take it. Whatever happens, nothing is small or big. Execution of karma is very important at the current moment. With Saturn retrograde in the 7th house, for Virgo, marriage and marriage related relationship or family issues can be a little overwhelming. So be polite, humble, and keep moving. Capricorn. In case of Capricorn, if you observe, the position of Sun is in the 10th house. A 10th house Sun with a debilitated 8th Lord, your 8th Lord is Sun, that's going to bring a major career change in your life. That's going to bring a major shift in your life. See, 8th house is the house of transformation. Its 8th Lord is the agent of transformation. When it goes in a particular house, it kind of creates earthquake in that house. Something that shifts. It's like tectonic movement. Something that is hidden comes on the top. Something that is obvious goes behind the scene. In the 10th house, it becomes your career, your livelihood. But because Sun is debilitated, you need to be careful about your career. say you want to make any change, don't make it drastic. For the next 1 month, all the energies are going to revolve around the 10th house. Your Mars and Mercury is also going to be in the 10th house, while 10th Lord is debilitated. And that's going to create some challenge. While the 10th Lord is a little weak, the recommendation here will be that you have to focus on the right mindset. You must focus on finding the right karma, right direction, and focus on the health of your father. Another thing I will say that because Saturn is retrograding in the 3rd house, you need to focus on your communication skills also. Whenever Saturn is aspecting the Venus and Sun is debilitated, you might say some things out of sheer frustration that may actually burn a lot of bridges. This is the time to show humbleness, and this is the time to show patience. Gemini. For Gemini, the debilitation of the Sun is in the 5th house, whereas your 3rd Lord is in the 5th house, 3 places away. It's a Bhavat Bhavam position. So the recommendation here for Gemini will be that you be careful how you deal with your siblings. If you're planning a second child, you need to be watchful of your health. And 5th house is about expression, romance. It's about education. While life teaches you with a debilitated Sun, you may feel little hurt, little underconfident. For Gemini, the recommendation will be to keep moving, but you need to give up on a lot of old habits, and it's like a new birth for you. There is a debilitated Venus in the 4th house for you, which means that you may feel a little disconnected with a lot of people. You may just want to isolate yourself. You may want to live a very different kind of life. Go ahead and do what makes you feel good. Obviously, not crossing the boundaries of the dharma. With 5th house debilitated Sun, your expression can be suppressed. So you might see that there is a higher power of authority that is kind of pushing you back, that is making you feel that you are not worth it. Keep moving, keep hustling, and you will find the sunlight at the end of the tunnel, and you will find that you are shining bright. Don't give up, because giving up is what the negative energies want. But consistency, persistence, and continuity is what is needed for Gemini Ascendant and Gemini Moon sign. This is also the need of the hour, considering Sun goes in trine with Rahu. When Sun is in Libra, Rahu is in the 9th house. So don't believe in Hindi we say suni sunai batein. That means people that tells things that on the behind. My recommendation here will be that learn from every mistake and learn from every incident. The more humble a student of life you are, the better your future will be, in spite of this little debilitation of Sun. Usually it happens every year, so nothing to be scared of. But because there's a series of debilitation and Mars is involved, just be a little careful with your investment and with the productivity of overall life. Laziness and procrastination will be your biggest enemy. Now comes Libra. Libra is a zodiac sign where Sun is getting debilitated on your 1st house, your 11th Lord on the 1st house, but a little debilitated. So this is not a bad time. You know, the problem is not because of Sun coming in the 1st house. After all, Sun in the 1st house is a very good place to have. It's the Venus that is debilitated in the 12th house. Now, when the Sun, Mars and Mercury conjunction happens or the combination happens in the 1st house, you need to be careful with your anger. There can be suppressed anger, resentment, and that can have a volcanic release or eruption. That can create problems in your life. See, when Venus goes in the 12th house, it wants to give you, but with practical sign of Virgo, it wants to reveal the secrets. Sun being down, you can't speak up, and it kind of boils, simmers in your heart. The recommendation here will be that you be very, very careful in your life. Okay, be careful about your health, be careful about how you are treating others, because you may just cross the boundary and may insult someone unknowingly. Practicing silence, reading Bhagavad Gita, and delaying things that can be delayed, and if there is an urgency, handling that on priority basis is the best way to live during these times. Relationship and marriage is obviously something that you have to keep a watch on. Chanting Aditya Hriday Stotra, Ganapati Atharva Shirsh, or simply Surya Mantra, Om Suryaya Namah, or doing a Rahu Surya Shanti Path will be a very good remedy for you. For Aquarius, this is going to be a test of fate. It's a time where your marriage can go under a lot of conflict. Why? Because your 7th Lord is in the 9th house. New partnership or business should not be started if possible during this venture, during this time. And if you have a weak sun in your chart, you need to take great care of your health. Any egoistic talk, any ego tussle or battle can destroy relationships, can hurt ego, can hurt self-respect. Be polite, be humble, and ensure that you are more silent. Your words can hurt someone so bad that even luck may not save you. That's because Saturn is retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada in your 2nd house, and after all, Saturn is your 1st Lord. Definitely the saving grace is Jupiter being in the 6th house, but Jupiter is still in the 6th house, and this may create a scenario or situation in your life where you are battling multiple challenges at the same time. Definitely not a time to gamble, not a time to go into speculative investment, definitely not a time to test luck. Father or fathers related challenges may happen in your life, and my recommendation will be just try to keep things business as usual, not introduce any more variable, and just go with the flow. Venus is in the 8th house, and that is another challenge here. People may claim to be your friend but end up becoming your enemy. So be very mindful there, especially in the corporate sector. See, when Sun is debilitated in the 9th house, it is aspecting the 3rd house. It is going to create an undercurrent of depression for people who have weak Moon and Sun in their birth chart. The best way to handle this is by praying to Bhagwan Krishna. Shri Krishnam Sharanam Mama, or Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Just pray to Bhagwan Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita, and you will find your answers right there.